Brooks, not only did Steam make a massive announcement, but we have Game Awards time. We're going to talk about that. Brooks, not only do we have Game Awards time, with Expedition 33 being just like sweeping the nominations, which is crazy.
Yeah, that one's huge.
Not only do we have that, we got some Nintendo buzz, we got some news there, but I want to start with Steam dropping their newest console kind of thing.
Yeah.
So just for clarity on this for everybody, Steam made an announcement, I think while I was gone to Japan the last couple weeks, that they are adding to their line of gear, hardware specifically.
Yeah.
So, and we thought this was going to be a new Steam Deck announcement. Steam Deck 2 was not. However, it was in fact the new VR headset, the new controller, and the thing that everybody else is really excited about, a new mini PC or console, if you will.
I think it's so rad. Like, full disclosure, Andrew knows way more about this than I'm going to know. I've noticed it. My friends and I have been talking about it. I think it's awesome. You know, I've been very much talking about physical media recently.
This
and
is very much in that same kind of vibe.
Sorry, I forgot phone calls come through your laptop.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I was like, so the way we've set this up is like he's going through his MacBook, and then I've got mine here just in case, and then
and you're not used to being with me.
Yeah, I know, right? And so this is a big step for the podcast, but
I know.
but anyway, back on topic. That phone call freaked me out. Sorry. But yeah, I've been on this like physical media kick, and I'm a very principled person. I think we both are in regards to this, but like, I know you don't own Steam games. You buy them,
but you're not paying for a subscription. This is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And generally speaking, you are owning so you're owning forever access to the games. Like if they take them off Steam, you will still have them in your Steam library.
Yeah, so I like that because, you know, you might not have a physical like cartridge or a box for it, but like we bought Silk Song. Yeah. We own Silk Song.
Yep.
And like you can mod Silk Song. It's very mod
That's the
friendly.
other big thing about Steam is like there's a big mod community in Steam.
Oh yeah.
I remember they also have like built-in online multiplayer stuff and like chats and all that kind of function as well.
The Stardew mod community is
it's crazy.
Insane. Like I tried to play that game. Love Stardew Valley, by the way. It's very difficult.
It's a lot.
It's difficult to jump in 0 to 100.
Yeah. It's a lot.
So the modding community is there to allow easier access into that game. And Steam's not going to come knock down your door if you mod Stardew Valley. No. Like it's such a malleable game, and that's why it's one of the greatest on the platform.
Not only that, but it is generally like cheaper. Like stuff goes on sale. I think like 5 games that I have on my wish list are on sale right now.
Yeah.
There's so much good stuff on Steam constantly that you can get. I think I got Expedition 33 at a discount.
So did I.
Silk Song was on a discount for like 10% for a while. I think I just got the first Hollow Knight because I bought it on Switch for the first time, and then I bought it again on Steam for like $7 or something like that. It was 50% off, which is just insane. So yeah, I'm very pumped about this. Some things I want to go over about this, and let's hit the first 2 things first, which would be the controller and the VR headset. So the VR headset, the big thing about that, I'm gonna pull these up while I'm talking. The big thing about the VR headset is it is now a. So before, did you ever play the Steam? The Oculus, the VR headset stuff?
No. Well, I think I've used a VR headset. The Oculus one, I'm not sure.
It's called. I think this one's called the Steam Frame. Am I right about that?
The Steam Frame, 100%. No, I haven't.
Yeah, this is the new one. So Steam Frame, it reminds me a lot of like less expensive version of the Apple headset. Like it looks a lot more like that one. It's got all the cameras around it and everything. It's very like immersive. It's cool, but it doesn't have to have a cable. It has a wireless adapter. That's the big thing. The big thing is it's got a wireless adapter that allows you to plug it in to whatever your gaming PC or your laptop or whatever, and use that as your brain.
Yeah.
And then just send it to your VR headset at like next to zero latency. So that's really cool. For some less high-powered games, it's got an onboard CPU processor and everything on it. That way you can still run games on it. Like, so if you want to put games on it, like a Steam Deck, put games on it, download it to the headset, and just travel with the headset, you could do that, which I think is really cool.
Yep.
However, if you're at home and you want to play a higher, more intense game, you can plug it directly into your gaming PC, ideally higher powered gaming PC, and use that as the brain, and then just use the VR headset and controls as essentially a controller. So it doubles as a controller as well as a brain itself. It's not anything too crazy as far as the new stuff. It's got good like eye tracking. It's doing some really cool stuff with the eye tracking that I want to talk about, but it's running a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is super popular in like gaming phones.
What is that piece of it?
That's the chip. That's the processing chip.
Okay, the processor.
But it's running ARM architecture, which ARM architecture is like really big right now. Like people are diving into that like pretty heavy. It's got 16 gigs of unified DDR5 RAM, and it comes with a 256 gig or 1 terabyte storage options, and it has a micro SD slot available for expandable storage, which they're really big on that, like kind of regardless. It's made out of a plastic material, whereas like, so the Apple headset is made out of like metal and glass, which is really, really heavy, which like counterbalance, like doesn't balance the weight really well. It's also got a battery that like sits in that you have to like put in your pocket or something. The battery pack is actually on the back of the headset.
Wow.
Which, with the front being made out of plastic and a less heavy material, and you put the battery on the back of the headset, it acts as a counterweight.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's actually a lot more like the ergonomics on that. I was like really well designed.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
But it also like because it pulls some of the weight off the bridge of your nose, which was the problem with a lot of the Apple ones. It was so front heavy that it like pushed down on your face and on the bridge of your nose.
That makes a lot of sense. I never thought about that.
Like headaches.
Like I've used a VR headset before, but that makes a lot of sense. Is like putting that counterweight in the back, because I mean a lot of that hardware is like literally in your face.
Yeah.
So
that's really cool. There's not much more to talk about that. I'm not really a big VR guy, but I was really like impressed with the ergonomics, on the way it looked. It's looking really cool.
That's cool. We'll do a chat break before
the next section.
I think
Trebs.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Thank you, Trebs. I appreciate that. I think what we might start doing or try to bring back, because we did it before. We've tried it both ways, but doing the like topic chat break, because it doesn't inhibit the flow.
If we're getting chat enough to do chat breaks.
Yeah, of course. But anyways, thank you, Trebs. We want to make sure that we don't.
Thanks so much. This is the studio that we work out of.
Yeah.
So.
And we want to keep the flow of the streams going, but also acknowledge the people that watch.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a
fine balance.
It's a balance.
A
fine balance of balance. Sure.
Yeah.
It's a balance.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull this up to continue talking about it. So the next thing I want to talk about as we continue on through these is the controller. So this is what the controller looks like.
Ooh.
And it's very much, how do I say? It's very much like It looks like somebody took a Steam Deck and like chopped the middle out of it.
Yeah, it literally, like I was about to say that, it was like squished it.
Yeah, like the pads are there, but they're a little higher up.
What are the pads for again?
So the pads are quite literally here. I'll find a video, but they're track pads.
Okay.
They're for mouse control.
Oh, cool. I've never played a Steam Deck, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're for mouse control. So for things that use like mouse and keyboard games, it's really big if you play like Civ, like Civilization games.
Yeah, that makes
like Age of Empires games.
Yes.
They're really big for that. So you would, instead of using your joystick on your left hand, you would use your left trackpad as your mouse control, and then you use your right hand for like select and start and like your keyboard buttons. So yeah, it also has built-in gyro for motion control, which is really, really sick. It's got L4 and L5 paddle buttons on the back, and then some like quick like Steam access things. But the thing I was really, really, really excited about are these thumbsticks. They are the magnetic thumbsticks with the TMR. Have you seen this?
No.
So these are the thumbsticks that some higher end controllers have started to have these, and I think the PlayStation controller has them. And
PS5?
like, yeah, the PS5 controller and the PS5 like thing with the screen in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I think it's the same controllers as that. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. If anything, I've heard of these sticks before. It's essentially it uses a magnet on the inside to control like the fluidness of it.
That's cool.
Therefore, there's nothing for it to like drift.
Nice.
There's nothing to drift. So it is theoretical.
Oh, I see.
It's theoretical drift, like it's impossible to have sticks drift.
This stick drift prevention is a measure.
Yes.
That's cool. So I've been playing a lot of my PS5 recently, just because I'm trying to go through the Kingdom Hearts games again.
The sticks feel great on that.
That controller is awesome. I love
amazing.
it. I love the PS5 controller.
There's things about Sony that I don't like with like proprietary things, but my gosh, do they know how to make some hardware.
I've always preferred PlayStation controllers over Xbox controllers, because Xbox controllers, they're cool and I've used them plenty, but I've always appreciated the sleekness and the small, like the compactness, I guess, of a PlayStation controller. Like I did grow up on like PS2 and PS3, PS4, PS5.
Yeah.
I've been a Sony guy. I never really owned an Xbox, but I play Steam games with my Xbox controller, and like, I feel like I have so much more control over my game when I'm holding.
I agree with that.
I feel like they just
you also
work.
I don't know. I think it's from me playing primarily retro games, but I tend to lean towards a D-pad like centric like play style.
Yeah.
Which can suffer a lot, especially with like handhelds, because most of the time it makes the sticks like too far down the body of the controller.
Do you ever play the claw grip?
Yeah, but I don't like, it's annoying for like really long play sessions.
Yeah.
However, like the thing that I've always been impressed with Sony's stuff is it is still D-pad centric, but the sticks don't feel out of place.
No, they're awesome.
They're like very much in the middle.
I do like
And if you see like this Steam Deck controller is very much built after it looks like a Sony, like PlayStation style controller.
It does,
based on the layout
with the trackpad.
With the trackpads on the bottom, instead of having like, I think the PlayStation 5 has the trackpad in the middle. I think that bar is a trackpad.
The PS4 had one, and it had that like middle trackpad.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Because I remember that, because you could touch it. It's like a touchpad, but you also press it to like
those
have
like
other
buttons.
functions and stuff.
Yeah,
but
there's like hot switches.
It's weird to me because like if I just like glanced at it, I'd be like, oh, Xbox controller, because of the thickness.
The width of it, yes.
Right.
But the layout is more similar to a Sony controller.
Yeah, and because, they have the trackpads, which make it kind of, it makes it bigger.
It kind of makes it its own looking thing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of like a hybrid almost of those two ideas.
I'm interested to see how it feels.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can find one at like a Best Buy whenever it comes out.
That'd be cool.
And just like put my hands on it.
Yeah.
Because I really feel like it could be potentially like an extremely well ergonomic controller. I'm mostly pumped about the sticks.
Yeah,
to be
I'm
honest.
excited for that too.
And it's got this puck so that's the charging puck. It's a magnetic charging puck that
cool.
just like snaps onto it, but it also acts as like a direct plug-in
Wow.
to the console
Steam,
or whatever you're doing.
Steam is
dude.
So Steam's not perfect, and like none of these entities are perfect. But Steam right now, I would argue, is the most consumer-friendly gaming company business.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like
it's
entity.
Also, the puck is also
right now.
its wireless transmitter.
Right, because dude, the Switch had so many issues with stick drift.
Oh yeah.
Like there was wasn't there a lawsuit over that allegedly? I
think there was whenever it started happening like a lot.
Yeah, because
people started buying them and immediately getting stick drift on some of the newer ones.
Yeah, and it was like it was a huge problem. So I don't again allegedly. So but yeah, I mean Nintendo
like just look at it in these people's hands.
Yeah.
Like as they're playing it, it looks very comfy.
It does look cozy in the palms of their hands. So it's like
I also tend to love like a chunky boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like my Lenovo Legion Go S. Yeah. He's like a chunky boy.
Nintendo take notes.
Dude, Nintendo's Switch, it's good. The Switch 2, I feel like I'm gonna break it.
Really?
Yeah, it's like really thin. I feel like I'm gonna break it in half. But yeah, it's great. And then we come to the big announcement. This is the one that everybody's kind of talking about. The Steam Machine.
That's cool.
The Steam Box.
It's awesome.
The Steam Cube.
Oh my God. The Steam Cube.
It's a GameCube.
I love it.
It is a literal GameCube. It is a gaming cube.
It is quite literally a GameCube. GameCube 2.
Yep. So this, for those who don't know, this is Steam's long-awaited Steam Machine PC. This is essentially a mini PC. Yeah. It is very small, by the way. Yeah. Like I'll have to find a picture of like it on a table next to something, but like it is really, really tiny. It is a proprietary gaming PC built like the Steam Deck, just for home entertainment systems, like a console, basically. It's Steam's, essentially its console. And it's got SteamOS as its default, like Linux-based SteamOS default on the system. So you boot it up, you log into your Steam account, and it just works. And it's so amazing. Awesome. So as a person who uses my Lenovo is a Steam-based Lenovo, so it's essentially a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it was set up. Dude, when I tell you, it is the easiest thing in the world. Because literally you turn it on, the Steam thing comes up, you log in with your like username and password, and you're in, and that's it. And you just start loading games.
I think just from a design perspective, it is so pleasing to look at. Like just the hardware is so nice.
It's really nice. It reminds me of old Apple.
Yeah.
Like the white lines of Apple.
Yeah. How big is it? Like how?
So that, let me find. So the other thing you can do, and I want to talk to you, I want to show you this too. Hide it under a banana. That's how small it is. It is.
Oh, wow.
Like, and it's got swappable faceplates.
Oh my God.
It is really small, dude.
Dude, this is a huge win.
That's like probably the size. It's probably the size of your phone vertically.
No way.
Yeah. It's probably roughly the size, like height wise of your phone vertically.
Yeah.
Maybe a little taller and a little wider, but like it's crazy.
It's awesome that it is so powerful and so small that it could be like it can play games. So
they claim on the power side that it is 6 times more powerful than the current Steam Deck OLED, which like now the Steam Deck OLED currently plays essentially anything on Steam.
Yeah.
Fine enough. Yeah. It's not perfect, but it's also small. It does output, the Steam Deck only outputs like 1080 so you don't have to worry about like 4K because the screen can't handle it. It's an 800 by 800.
Yeah.
So there's no point. But here, getting some specs, it's got a semi-custom AMD Zen 4 6. So like this is kind of the stuff that I'm really excited about with this.
Right.
Is what they've done, and as a new to Apple user like you are,
right,
and I am a big Apple proponent, what they've done is they've taken the Apple route, which is what Apple did, and it changed the game for them, was they took their chips. They used to use Intel chips. Mm-hmm. But the problem with Intel chips is they are made for broad use. So they can't be made to specifically be used for proprietary systems. When Apple decided to go to their silicon, like M1, M2, M3, M4 line of chips, and they're building their own chipsets, what they were able to do is not only combine the CPU and GPU into one chip, but they were also able to optimize those chips to specifically work with their OS in their systems.
Yeah.
It looks like Steam is doing a very similar thing. They're getting semi-custom CPUs and GPUs that are fixed. Mm-hmm. And they are essentially setting them up to work proprietarily with their system.
Yeah.
Which means not only are we getting 6 times more base power from a Steam Deck, but we're also getting better internal like usage of that power. So I know a lot of people online are complaining about, oh, that's not enough power.
Yeah.
Well, one, a Steam Deck's crazy powerful. So it's, for most people, it's going to be enough.
Yeah.
Number 2, if this is what I think it's going to be, I actually think it's probably going to be more powerful on paper. It doesn't actually look that powerful,
right,
but I think when you run it against things, it's going to spec out a lot higher than against competitive things because it's a custom scenario.
Also, it is just dedicated, like you said, to doing one thing.
No bloatware.
Yeah.
No Windows.
Right. No BS in between.
Yep.
Like, yeah, it's like I'm a PC user as well. And I mean, I play games on my PC, but just having none of that extra stuff in the way, just play game, unga bunga, just.
Yeah. This is very simple.
Boot, play game, enjoy game.
So it comes stock.
Yeah,
it comes stock with 16 gigs of DDR5. That part is expandable.
That's cool.
Which is good.
Wait, so you're saying you can mod this thing?
You can, in fact, mod this thing. Now, what you can't mod is the CPU, GPU, and the VRAM. Those are fixed.
Yeah, that's okay.
Into the thing, but you can add 16 gigabytes of RAM. And
is it like you can't, or they'll come to your house and beat you with a lead pipe, or
well,
like you can't because it's integrated?
I think it's in a unified system.
Gotcha. I was like, give it a couple years and people will find out how.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's definitely like a unified system. I think it's all like similar to the Apple thing. It's like all baked into like a chipset.
Gotcha.
But gotcha. And this is the part where people are unsure. It is the VRAM side of things. And this is the part that you can't change. 8 gigabytes of DDR6 VRAM.
Oh, okay.
So this is like the newest chipset of VRAM. And VRAM is specifically for graphics.
Yes.
People are complaining that they don't think 8 gigabytes is going to be enough.
It might.
So you would know more about this than I do because I am not like a PC builder.
Yeah. So
what would the equivalent DDR6?
I'm not sure, but all I know is that I have like if you look up it's like an NVIDIA 4070 something. You could check and see how much VRAM is on that because I have a pretty beefy GPU, right? And that is the perk of buying a PC is because you can customize it and you could just.
So 4070 has 12 gigabytes of GDDR6X VRAM.
So this has 8.
This has 8.
Okay, so that's not.
So
A huge
the
jump.
laptop versions of the 4070.
Oh,
It's essentially the equivalent to the laptop versions of the 4070.
well, I still think that's awesome because I don't remember who I was having a conversation with recently about. Shout out to Game Boy Luke. We were talking about it because I need to upgrade my my RAM and my
you got to
PC
fix
right
your
now.
PC. Yeah.
But we were talking about GPUs because I render a lot, and he's a wizard, dude. Like he is just a tech wizard. Love him. But he mentioned how like the way that GPUs are going right now, it's like they've made huge advancements over the past couple of years, and now they're starting to plateau. Where it's like, yeah, you could get a 5070, you could get that, but you're not going to get too much more
Like
than like
a 4070 is like really powerful by
That's
comparison to like the previous iterations.
Yeah, like a 4070 to like I think I went from like a 2080 to a 4070 or
So you
something
went
like that.
massive
I
leap.
made a huge leap
Yeah.
to that, and again, I don't remember what my old one was, but just it was
Still.
extremely significant jump.
So if this tiny thing is starting at a 4070
Yes.
laptop equivalent,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
that's pretty impressive then.
Gaming laptops are not to be messed with. You know,
No.
I mean, they are. From my experience, I've had experience with older ones, just from friends who have used them. Like
Mhm.
the technology's way better now than it was when I was around them. Like a decade has passed, right?
Yeah.
But they are useful if that's all you want to do is just to play games on a laptop. You can do that. It is possible to do.
Sure.
Like you might not be able to run like Monster Hunter Wilds. Maybe now because they've done some upgrades to their stuff.
Yeah.
but-
So my thought is on that idea, because like that's a pretty big game. I feel like where some of that's going to come into is the nature of the hardware being like custom.
Yeah.
It's going to like be able to prioritize some of the stuff a little bit better.
Right. So my thing is, I had a point and
sorry.
it was in my brain and I totally, there it goes. Did y'all see it?
It left.
There it goes. It might come. Oh, I haven't.
Okay.
It came back. So you know how Monster Hunter Wilds, when it launched, PC users like myself, we were like, I could run it, but I couldn't run it with like OBS. It crashed my computer trying to run them. And it was just
trying to run both things at the same time.
So these newer games that come out are not optimized for, like at all. Sometimes, well, they're not optimized well. Let me use my words carefully. They're not optimized as well as they could be.
Sure.
That's giving as much leniency and grace to them as possible.
Yeah.
But that means I had to buy Monster Hunter Wilds on my PS5 because I just couldn't run it on my PC with OBS.
Because it was optimized for that system.
Yeah, well, it was
More.
just it took the load off of my PC because all I'm running on my PC is my Elgato. But if I'm running my PC, and it was like maxing out my PC.
Sure.
It was killing that thing. And I couldn't run OBS with it. So I used that specific example to highlight an issue that I could see with this awesome little box thing is that I wonder if it'll impact new releases. Like,
I don't know. I don't think they're going to care that much.
Maybe not, but do you think, okay, like if a game comes out at launch and all you have is the Steam Cube.
Yep.
And that game is not optimized, will players be missing out on games?
Potentially.
That would be my main concern.
I think potentially. I don't think the developers are really going to care about the Steam Cube that much.
Maybe not.
But I am very intrigued. Like, we don't have a price on this.
Yeah.
We haven't really. Dave 2D, I think I've sent you this video.
Yes.
But Dave 2D did do some testing, and maybe I can pull that up and we can check it out. But he did do some testing on it, and I don't think he really felt any like major issues. So, maybe I will pull that video up.
Yeah.
We'll check that out.
While
I'm pulling that up, let's
we'll get a
check
chat break. Chloe and Emily. What's up, Chloe? Said hello. Look at y'all little fancy little space. Yeah, this is the studio we work out of. You're right there. Sorry. And they said, I'm going to have to grab one of those. They convinced me. Emily said, oh my God, this is such great lighting. Yeah, this is where they film a lot of the podcasts and where we work out of. So, and then she said, well, yeah, anything is better than when you were younger. You've been around since the Neanderthal. True. I got that divot in my head where they put their thumb in when I was a baby.
Yeah.
And that just changed the course of my entire life. Now I'm doing the things we like. So
let's check it. Thank you for the love in chat, guys.
yeah.
Yeah, so there's this video we're gonna check out real quick from Dave 2D where he got hands-on with the new Steam hardware. And yeah, I want to show you guys this. I think you'll really enjoy this. Brooks, I don't know if you watched this or not. Did you watch this already?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure you sent it to me and it might have gotten lost.
I definitely sent it to you, but that's okay because we're going to watch it together right now.
I was like, oh my God, it's tiny.
Oh, yeah, that's small.
It's basically a 6-inch cube. It's not a perfect cube. It's a little bit shorter and deeper, but it's basically a cube. And it is so weird how small it is. It's like 3.5 liters, and it's like this cube that can play games. There's a good number of ports around it. You have your DisplayPort and HDMI. You have Gigabit Ethernet. There's one USB-C on the back.
I do like that fan on the back, too.
USB-A on the back, but there's two
cooler.
more up front. And you also get a micro SD slot up front. So if you have a Steam Deck and you store your games
expandable
on
storage,
micro SD,
that's
you can just
awesome.
pop
So
it
you
out,
can hop
bring it
your
over into
you can hop your
Steam
games
machine,
between
and just
your
transfer
deck and
game
your
library over
box.
there instantly. It's like a very simple way to bring games over. You also get a magnetic faceplate, so they showed a couple
So
variants that you
sick.
could swap around. And there's
That
also
wooden one
a
looks
DIY
great.
one where one of the employees had made like an e-ink display on one of it. And then behind this
Awesome.
panel is a dust grill that's designed to be easily cleaned. And there's also an RGB light bar that you have full control over. And they were talking about how you could have it show the download progress of games and updates. So you can start an update and then just swap over a show
man.
or something. And then when that bar is full, you'll know that the update is finished and now you can play the game. It's like
This is a
super
W.
simple
This is a
addition to
big
this, but
W for
it's just a
gamers,
nice
dude.
touch. When you open up the cube, you can see it's a very dense cube. You can replace the storage on the bottom. The stock drive is a 2230 shorty, but you can replace it with the full-size 2280 if you want. And it
That's
runs
the
a
hard
custom
drive?
heatsink as well as a 300
RAM.
watt power supply.
Oh,
There's no
I
AC
see.
brick or anything. And the whole system is cooled with a very...
Hold on.
You can replace it with the cube. You can replace the storage on the bottom. The stock drive is a 2230 shorty, but you can replace it with the full-size 2280 if you want.
Oh, I
And
see.
it runs a custom heatsink as well as a 300 watt
Which would
power
essentially
supply. There's no
which would equivalently like double the RAM space. So like, but like when it comes to processing a lot of that stuff, like that's gonna be able to expand that is gonna help a lot too.
Yeah.
AC brick or anything, and the whole system is cooled with a very quiet single fan. And when it's idling and doing light tasks, it's like mid-20s, but even at full load, like maximum effort, this thing does 28 to 30 decibels. I brought my ear up to it and you could tell it is a remarkably quiet system. And it's because
That's
they
cool
put a ton
too.
of time and engineering
So,
effort into
I'm gonna find he tested some games with it. This was
for 4K gaming. I think a lot of the heavier titles will need to lean on that FSR tech.
So-
At a similar, I expected.
This is
was
the
through
GPU
system,
conversation.
through the power supply and out the rear exhaust. Now, in terms of my expected performance from this device, I've only used one other laptop that had a similar GPU that had a Radeon 7600M, and the performance of that was similar to like a high wattage RTX 4060 laptop. So it's solid for 1080p gaming, but for 4K gaming, I think a lot of the heavier titles will need to lean on that FSR tech. So they let me play with the system for a while, and a couple things I noticed. The sleep wake was really good. I put it to sleep several times, and every time I fired it back up, it was right back into that exact same state. There was no stutter or anything. And I would say that the performance was just better than I thought it would be. I think I had because it was so small and so quiet, I was like, how good could this possibly be? But yeah, I was getting good frame rates off of an early demo, and swapping between two games was really fast and fluid. Now, quick note about the antennas.
Swapping
There's
between
4 antennas.
Hades 2
Two of
and
them are
another game.
dedicated to the Wi-Fi 6E connection. One of them is dedicated to the Bluetooth connection. So like if you want to play games on a Bluetooth controller, you just have, uninterrupted access to its own antenna. But the fourth antenna is dedicated exclusively for their own kind of in-house controller. Now, in
Wow.
terms of pricing, they didn't indicate exact
so hold on, let me find. He talked a little. Yeah, he talked. That's where he goes into the conversation.
Could you imagine a world in which a lot of these developers are like, Steam has just got it going on why are we in the console game when we could just sell?
Bro, I have a whole conversation we're gonna have about that in a second because
Yeah.
so like that. I wanted to show you that section for that mainly because, goodness, it is so cool. Like I'm freaking pumped about that. So all the Steam stuff, I am very pumped about all this. I think for people who want like 1440p, if you're cool with like 1080 or 1440p,
Yep.
and you're not really gonna go, you don't care about 4K,
Yeah.
you don't really care about 100, 120, like
Yeah.
this is gonna be perfectly fine for you.
Yeah.
And I am so pumped because that is also me. I could care less about 4K.
Yeah.
That's not a priority. I would actually rather have like just a smoother gameplay.
Yeah.
I would probably run it at 1080 with 120.
Yeah.
Or if it'll do 1440 at 120, like would rather just do that like a 2K
Yeah.
at 120 frames. Like that's going to be insanely smooth, dude.
I think that's totally reasonable too.
So I am pumped. There has not been a price set for this. Based on gut reaction,
Yeah.
where do you think? What is your prediction for price for the Steam box for the for the Steam machine? What is your projected price cost?
Oh,
Where's this going to land on the price?
I think it would be supremely badass to price it the same, if not like maybe just a solid 500, like the Switch. Because Steam makes its money off of the software.
Yes.
And like, even if this thing doesn't exist,
They're making money.
they're going to make money because there's still, I mean, Steam is such a genius model where it's like, hey, we'll sell you the full access to this game. You'll have it on your system at all times. And we don't need this little box, but we have it because we care about the consumer. That's what I'm getting. So
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to say if it was like $500, I personally, it would be so worth it. If it was like, I don't see it going over $750.
I think personally it'll land somewhere between 600 and 800.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll go above 800.
Right.
Mainly just because like cost is right now I'm thinking like tariff cost, import costs, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I'm thinking 600 to 800. I would love if we essentially got like a $600 option and a $700 option, and the $700 option comes with more storage base.
Yeah. I think that's great.
And like that's what we get. Like I feel like that's competitive. You're also not really encroaching. I could be wrong. Now, I don't know. I'm not like I said previously, I'm not like a big like PC parts guy.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, that price point somewhere between 500 and 700 is not going to really encroach on the build your own PC territory.
Right.
Which would be my worry. If you go above 800,
Yeah.
it's going to start getting cheaper to just build your own because you're going to have more flexibility and more
Right.
capabilities.
And I think it's just a trade-off at that point because what you said earlier is all the bloatware and all the extra stuff that you
Yes.
have and all the OS issues. Like
Yep.
I just upgraded to Windows 11.
And now you got to make sure you have compatibility with everything.
You have to. And all it is, like, it's really not as bad because you just go into your BIOS and flip a switch, essentially as a
Sure.
security switch. But still, you do have to have that. And so it is a trade-off. It's like if you want to do more with your PC, if you want to be able to like super mod it, but if you want to super mod it, you're going to get like a $2,000 to $4,000 machine.
Exactly.
So
Now, coming
Yeah.
from, and this, Chloe in the chat said this, and this is my perspective
Right.
as well. Coming from the perspective of someone who doesn't understand computers at all, but wants to play PC games, this feels more accessible maybe.
Yep. Nailed
Which
it.
that is exactly the point.
Nailed it.
This is exactly, we have not had something simple.
Yeah.
Even like a Steam Deck is cool. A lot of people love a Steam Deck, but most people don't want to have a big chunky handheld. Most people want to sit on their couch and play
Yeah.
on a TV or like in their own personal space.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this fits that exact criteria of like, and I fall into this as well, which is I want a console. I want to sit down. I want to play it on my TV.
Yes.
However, I also love the Steam library and I love the Steam ecosystem.
Yeah, I do too.
So I want to stay within that. How else can I do that? You can get a mini PC and mod it yourself and like do some software stuff and get it on there. Like it's super, and do like big picture mode and have it go to your TV. And I've looked into ways to do this.
You've also got like Starforge, for example. They offer PCs with payment plans, which payment plans are not as attractive.
It's not bad.
It's not a bad way. That my first real big PC was a iBuyPower, and
but you still have to do all of the load in.
You do. So I mentioned that for accessibility. Like there are companies that make PCs just to game on, and they allow that. But even when you buy those PCs, you still have to learn about the PC, know what you're getting, like load it in, open everything up. That's exactly right.
You also have to have other peripherals involved. With this, you buy the box, you buy the controller, you plug it into your TV, which you already have.
Yep.
And then you play.
Completely agree. I think this is, and I thought it was cool when I first saw it, but now that we've been talking about it,
dude,
I'm like stoked for this thing.
Dude, I am so pumped. I'm like, as long as the price isn't egregious, basically, I'm probably gonna buy one.
If they come out the gate with this like, oh, it's gonna be $1,200, and I'm like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah, but that just doesn't really seem like their way.
It doesn't. It does not, because they seem smarter than that.
The other reason, and I want to confirm this real quick, but the other reason I think it'll probably be in the like $600 to $800 range is a Steam Deck right now is $521.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Let's see, a Steam Deck OLED. So the biggest Steam Deck OLED is $650.
I see.
I don't think they'll make it less than that, basically. Like, I don't think it'll go below $600 because the middle of the road Steam Deck is at $550.
Right.
So just based on the pricing, and if they're saying that it's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck and it's more optimized, now there are aspects of like you don't have to have a screen. There's like different cooling systems and all that kind of stuff. Like, and it's a handheld, so like everything has to be involved. Whereas this, you're like fixing some issues with like there's less components than the Steam Deck. However, there's more power behind it. So I think there's going to inevitably be a cost for that. It's generally how it goes.
Yeah.
So I would say, I feel pretty confident in my $600 to $800 like price range.
Right.
Spot.
I'm going to set mine at 5 to 7.
Dude, that's optimistic, but I hope you're right.
I'm going to set it.
I hope you're right.
Yeah. So Andrew's aiming 600 to 800. I'm aiming 5 to 700. Let's err on the side of optimism.
But even if we do the median of both of that and it's between $600 and $700, bro, I'll buy one immediately. That's a crazy good deal.
It is a great deal. I mean, for the vastness of the Steam library, it is like unmatched because like
you could buy it, unlock your Steam library by logging in, and then just immediately start playing games.
Yeah, because most developers now develop PC versions. We still want fucking Bloodborne.
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
Please.
I'm pretty sure that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But that's a Sony issue, not a FromSoft issue. Love you, FromSoft. Love you, FromSoft.
It definitely is. Like that goes back to
it's like a rights thing, but
issues that I have with
But
Sony.
you know what I'm saying is like most developers develop. I mean, you can play Kingdom Hearts on PC now.
Sure.
Like most developers will put their games on Steam and in the Steam library, and it'll be like multi-platform. So it's like, this is just, oh my God, this is a game changer.
Dude, it's crazy. I'm very pumped about it. So I feel pretty confident in our guesses. I can't wait to see. We'll hopefully find out soon what it's going to be. And this isn't even saying anything about the fact that they haven't released any information about a Steam Deck 2 yet. And I'm really pumped about that, which I kind of have that with my Lenovo Legion Go S. But I'm very pumped about that.
Yeah.
The thing to fully bow tie wrap this conversation
Yeah.
is a speculation from me.
Yeah.
So I love this. I think this is a great idea. I think Steam is just like absolutely just killing it right now.
Yeah. Oh, I know where you're going with this.
I think I have two predictions. Not even a prediction. I have one prediction and one thing that I'm going to put out into the universe that I think would be a really cool idea.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be the thing that kills Xbox.
I hope so.
I think this is going to be the thing
Oh boy.
that puts Xbox in the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't know if anybody has been paying attention to anything that Xbox has been doing recently.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
I don't know what the heck is Microsoft.
Oh, I canceled my subscription. I canceled
Yeah.
it. I was like, I'm not doing, and because, we've been on a very principled crusade against
Yeah.
anti-consumer practices, and
Yeah.
Xbox is like, hold my beer. Let's try to do everything in our power to be as anti-consumer
Not
as
only
possible.
are we going to raise the price of our subscription service, which I can understand.
Yeah.
If you're going to offer more stuff, there's that. I can understand if you're going to do that. But with that needs to come some sort of give and take, right?
Yeah.
But instead of lowering the price of the consoles to make it accessible to people, they rose the price of all the consoles to
Yeah.
make it more inaccessible to people, which makes zero sense. I don't know what they're thinking.
Didn't they raise the
They raised all of them.
so the highest level subscription model, it used to be like $15.
Yeah, it's 30
but now
now.
it's 30, which is like
Double the price.
It is double the what's the math on that? Is it like 100%?
Yeah, it's 100%.
The price,
yeah, it
100%,
went up 100%
increase.
Yeah.
And the price, and like even at like $30, some people just don't have $30 extra a month.
Dude, $30 a month is a lot.
It is.
$30 a month is more than an Adobe subscription that people pay for their freaking jobs.
What is that? I got to do quick math. Is that like $360 a year? 12
Yes.
times 30.
Yes.
Whew, I'm glad I was able to do that.
Yes, quick maths, guys.
But yeah, it's $360 a month. I mean, with
A year. Yeah,
when
that's a lot.
when everything's a subscription model, you're
Yeah, dude, you're asking a lot.
yeah.
Not only that, they didn't really give you a whole lot of like. You would hope with that price increase would come like an expansion of some kind, but it didn't really.
My gripes with Xbox has always been the games. Like it's always been the games for me because
Yeah,
they've had like when Xbox came out, they came out swinging with Halo, and they've had a lot of really cool games on there.
Yeah, dude.
But I feel really bad for Halo fans because I feel like Halo fans are I don't remember who said it, or I was watching a video, but they're like the most disrespected fan base in all of gaming.
100%, bro.
I feel so bad for people who love and celebrate and enjoy Halo.
Shout out Kevin DeJong, who is a massive Halo fan,
Yeah.
not to the point who he has like an entire like Halo 3 shrine
Yeah.
that he has built from an old like he bought the old like stanchions, the play stanchions from the stores.
Yeah.
It's so sick. He, massive Halo fan, also gets like absolutely crapped on by Bungie and Microsoft. So yes, I feel like, and even Chloe says, as an Xbox user, I'll trash it for this type 100%.
Yeah.
So like I feel
Amen.
like that's gonna be what's happening because most of the Xbox games are already coming direct to PC anyway.
Yes.
So there's not really an exclusivity there. What would be the point of getting anything? Game
Yeah.
Pass? Game Pass is available everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it would behoove Xbox /
Yeah.
Microsoft to build a version of this that is probably maybe slightly more, maybe $200 more,
Yeah.
but it has Xbox integration. So you have Steam and Xbox Marketplace on the same box with Game Pass built into it at a
Yeah.
discounted rate. If they were to do that, that would be something. They're not going to do that.
No. Yeah.
So I feel like this is probably going to be the thing that like we've already been seeing the decline of Xbox significantly outside of Game Pass.
Dude, this
It's good. I think that slow decline is just going to be the face of a cliff.
dude,
now.
Xbox.
That's a dive
Okay,
bomb.
Steam just released the next box.
Yeah.
I'll be here all week. Thank
Good
you.
Lord. Good Lord.
But yeah, I agree. They're
So
done.
that's my prediction number one. And then thing that I would like to see. I don't think this will happen, but there has been a massive uptick in with advancements with computers, specifically the Apple stuff. There's been a massive step in like more people developing for Apple on Steam.
Really?
I'm starting to see more games on Steam when they release come out with Apple versions almost immediately.
Really?
Which is really like Silksong did it. Like they were pretty quick with the Apple version, like similar. I believe it was Silksong came out with the Apple version like pretty quickly after.
You mean the Mac version?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because you don't play on Steam.
Yeah.
On a Mac.
Right.
I do sometimes.
Uh-huh.
The way this works is only certain games on Steam are accessible to Macs.
Yeah. I didn't even
see you can see the little icons.
I think my third eye just opened. Oh my God. I didn't even realize this. For like, you're a Mac user.
Yeah, I'm a Mac only
user.
user.
You're an Apple guy. So having this Steam box for your house.
Now you're getting where I'm going, dude.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I didn't even think about that until that. Oh my God. Yeah.
My thought here's what I mean, bro. If I'm just putting this out into the world, I'm just putting this out into the world.
Oh yeah.
All right. I would love for Apple to see this and go, we've been doing all of this thing trying to turn the Apple system into a video game. Like they've been trying to turn MacBooks into gaming PCs, and they're not. They're just not. They do great. I can play games on this little thing that's insanely powerful. I can play like AAA titles on my M1 Max. The problem isn't power. The problem is accessibility.
Yes.
Because it's a different system. What I think would be sick, personally, would be if Apple wanted to just like bow off the top rope, like freaking pile drive Microsoft into the ground.
Yeah.
They talk to Steam. They say, hey, you need more powerful chips. We are the master of powerful chips. Oh my God. And we build a Steam box that's Linux-based Steam OS or even Apple-based Steam OS, but they build a new version of Steam OS that can run essentially Windows games, like on the Steam box with Apple's like knowledge of chipsets, and just absolutely crush everyone,
right?
And make basically the Apple gaming system with Steam as a partnership with Steam. So you basically come in and they have a handshake partnership with Steam, and bro, it would. I think it would crush. Now the infrastructures are very, very different. You're working with like a Linux-based system versus you're working with a Linux-based system, which is an open source system, versus the Apple ecosystem, which is like a very, very closed system. Mm-hmm. So there would have to be some like stuff that would figure it out, and there would have to be a lot. I mean, it's a leap. When I tell you it is a leap, but I mean, if they wanted to just like, if they didn't want to put a nail in the coffin, if they wanted to drop a car on the coffin of Xbox, that would do it right there.
Oh my God.
So yeah, but even outside of that, I think it'd be really cool. Steam is kind of becoming like the Apple of gaming.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I mean, they are specializing in what they're doing, and like as a PC guy, what I've always understood about Macs is like, if you do creative stuff like we do, like you do video editing or music production or like photo editing or whatever, like Mac is the way to go, because it is that those chips.
It's a very streamlined system that's very integrated into their system.
Yeah, those chips are very good at supporting those. I remember Epic Rap Battles of History. This is just a side note. When they said, oh my God, you will never, ever get a virus on an Apple, but you could afford a doctor if you bought a PC.
That's funny.
But like, it's old school. But now Apple's kind of like,
no, they've been dropping their prices.
Yeah, they're like, step aside. But that was like 10 years ago.
I know. But I think that Steam is essentially doing how I am viewing Steam in the gaming space, how I view Apple in the consumer computer space, which is Apple's making really, really great stuff at a somewhat premium rate. They've dropped their prices over the last couple of years, in my opinion. they have some things that are more expensive than others. You can still easily spend $5,000 on a
Right.
laptop. But I think Steam is coming in and being the like third option.
Yeah.
And kind of like fully putting the Steam machine
Mhm.
in the place of Xbox and like entering themselves into the gaming
Yeah,
wars.
I
Because
think it's cool.
it's so very different than Sony. It's nothing like Nintendo. It's its own thing. And I
Yeah.
love it so much.
I think, and then this is the last thing I'll say.
Yeah, about this.
It is the consumer-friendly approach that I think will ultimately win over everyone else, because every other company, whether it's Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft or whatever, they are just so like entrenched in these anti-consumer practices and ideologies, and I'm sick of it, and
Yeah.
it sucks. And Steam is kind of, while not perfect themselves, they've got, Steam is not perfect by any
Sure.
means. What they are doing is they're setting a precedent that says, hey, without these people, we don't exist. Therefore, we need to make this as accessible as possible for everyone. And I think that's awesome.
For sure. I love that. I think I'm very, very pumped about all of this Steam stuff. If you guys want to check it out, you should go check out Steam's website on it. There should be a price coming relatively soon.
Right.
I don't really know.
We'll see if we were right.